what it is. We back. JB, what it do, pimpin'? I bet y'all supposed to be live at 12. I gotta start tapping in on time, man. Gotta start tapping in on time. Hit that like button. But what it is. Yo, so I found a longer video of that incident in Minnesota. And it paints a more clear picture of what I was saying yesterday without even saying this video. Picture perfect as to what actually went down, y'all. Yeah, man, I tried to go live before the game, but only game I really care about is the New England game. I want to see the New England game. Yeah, it's a longer video, 8 minutes, 8-minute video. Show you the whole situation from damn near start to finish. And an Israeli soldier spoke out about the attack that U.S. did on them, man. Yo, we got, yo, I don't know, yo, China talking shit, yo, but yo, we got some things, yo, we got some shit over here, man. I'm telling you, some shit that we don't even know about, as far as weaponry. Yeah, Harry, I knew they was gonna come back. I didn't know they was gonna beat them, but they came back though. Chicago, man. The Doomsday joint. Yo, we ready to go to war, yo. I'm telling you. Everybody is taking over land, yo. Like Russia tried to take over Venezuela. You had the situation with Israel and Iran. Yo, everybody's gearing up for war. That's what's really going on, man. I'm telling you. You will see. But what's gonna really kick it off, like I told y'all about a year ago now, is when China invade Taiwan. That's gonna be the last straw. Cause we need Taiwan. Everybody, the whole world needs Taiwan. Taiwan make them chips that go on them phones. You know, you can't have cell phones without Taiwan. When China invade Taiwan, that's when the war gonna kick off. And we can't compromise that. We can't allow China to control them chips that go into the phones. Let me see what's the name of them chips. The chips that go into the cell phones made from Taiwan, what are they called?
Those chips in Taiwanese-made phones are called semiconductors, microchips, or integrated circuits, which are made by TSMC. These are used in many high-tech devices and are designed for power and performance.
They call Taiwan largest and most crucial chip maker, producing over 90% of the world's most advanced chips. Yeah, we need Taiwan, man. But China supposed to invade them. They call the chips in Taiwanese-made phones and most other high-tech devices are primarily made by a Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, the world-leading contract chip maker, producing advanced processing systems like Apple, other tiny components called semiconductors or microchips, often referred to as integrated circuits, ICs. So Taiwan make integrated circuits, man. Hey, yo, Jim Jones can't say shit about Jim Jones can no longer have anything to say about Dame Dash. He can't say nothing. Yo, when Jim Jones speak on Dame Dash from now on, niggas just need to tell yo shut up. Like anybody trying to hear that. You had the opportunity. That man pressed you, bro. You ain't want no smoke. Nothing you can say about that man. I don't want to hear about no shit from back in the day. I don't want to hear about no shit from the present. You feel me? That man pressed you, man. And your girl went harder than you that day. Jimmy. Jimmy can't say nothing bad about Dame Dash. From now on out. That man pressed him, man. Full court pressed him. Full court pressed him. All right, let me show y'all this video. Be out here disrespecting that man on platform at the platform, but that man pressed you in your face, pulled up on you wherever you was at. Yeah, I gotta install this. Yo, how the fuck this shit just don't do it on its own. And he ain't want no smoke, y'all. He don't want no smoke. Alright, so let me show y'all this video. It's an 8-minute video. Oh, look at this fuck boy. It's amazing how people like him can even exist. Like, anybody punched him in his mouth yet? Has anybody punched Jesse Lee Peterson in his mouth yet? I think that's the problem, yo. Yo, if you notice, yo, people that ain't never been in a fight, yo, they have a certain level of arrogance to them. You know, like they think shit can't happen. I think that's how he is, man. Either he was bullied, you know, as a child, or he just ain't never been punched in his mouth. Dang, Jesse Lee Peterson, yo. He's like a Charleston White times 10. Listen to this fuck boy.
You're black. How did that happen?
What does that mean?
You speak well. You speak like a white person. How did that happen?
How do I speak like a white person?
All proper and right, and he can understand you. You use the right words, and how did that happen?
I'm confused by your question. How do I?
You speak like a white man.
I do.
Yeah, and that's good, not bad. But I'm just wondering, how did that happen?
Or do I speak like a black man?
No.
Oh, I don't speak like a black man. Black men are well read. We go to college. We take care of our kids. We pay our taxes. We do our responsibility. So I don't know how that is white. I know that's what black men do. That's what I know.
What's wrong with the blacks?
I'm confused by your question.
What's wrong with the blacks?
You're guys be way more specific than that. I don't know what that means.
Well, you speak very well and you're black. How did that happen?
What does that mean?
You speak well. You speak like a white person.
Yeah, these are dumbass. He should have gotten punched him in his mouth. Well, let me show y'all this though. This is the whole video of the incident that happened with the girl. This is 8-minute video. Shorty was dead antagonizing. Yo, why the fuck? What's wrong with my screen? It got super light. How the fuck you change that shit? Hold on. That shit too light. Alright. So you can see this ICE agents every motherfucker way. So y'all, did y'all see what happened? It stopped. Eclipse it when it go this to the shooting. Yeah, she was on bullshit. She blocked traffic, yo. She blocked traffic. Look, that's her right there. Blocking traffic. She wasn't making no motherfucking U-turn. She's an antagonist, just like I said, a domestic terrorist, just like they said. Look. Look, she blocking traffic, yo. Yeah, yo, like, yo, come on, yo, she did this to herself, yo. So this outrage, and the media is not even, why are they not showing this full video? This video should have been on CNN and MSNBC, but they're not showing the full video because they're trying to spin the narrative. Look. Look. Look, she trying to block traffic. Then it go from that to this. Hold on. Now, he didn't have to kill her, y'all. But we're not going to sit back and act like she was innocent. You know what I mean? She sold that bitch for damn near 10 minutes. That's an 8-minute video. It's an 8-minute video, man. She sat right there for damn near the whole time. We're going to go back to it because I ain't even watched it. They go from that to this right here. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real, Lisa.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking You want to come at us? You want to come at us?
Yeah, she did.
Let's go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Come on, man. Yo, she had ample amount of time to leave, y'all. She had ample amount of time to leave. She sat there. They honked the horn at her. They did anything possible they could to get this girl to move, and she didn't. She didn't. Until it was too late, and you know what I mean? You see what happened. Definitely was impeding traffic. But I told y'all, yo, these are... She's not a resident of Minnesota. She just moved there, yo. These are Antifa, Black Lives Matter. I told y'all, this is another George Floyd type of situation, man. Antifa, Black Lives Matter. That's who these people is. LGBTQ movement. That's who they are, y'all. Look, that car had to back up all the way back the other way. Y'all see that? That car had to back up all the way back down the street because she in the middle of the motherfucking road. And she honking the horn. Come on now. See, that's the thing, though. Fifth. That's what this is their job. She's getting paid to do this. Is their job. That's why I'm trying to get people to understand. Yo, these are not. It's not like us going out there protesting. It ain't that. These people are paid. This their job is to go to Minnesota because it's like Minnesota's the hub, and their job is to antagonize. That's their job, man. They ready get a RICO indictment. Watch. They trying to find a way to charge them under a RICO statute. Look, all that time. Nobody did nothing to her. Look, she's still sitting there. That's their job, man. That's their job. Their job. Yeah, I told y'all. For the people that been over here, I told y'all this. Yo, when Donald Trump get back in office, expect this. This is that Democratic shit. Like, this is, it is what it is. For people that been over here, y'all remember I said, yo, get ready for the protests. Get ready for the riots. When Donald Trump get back in office, get ready for this shit. Yo, that's why he responds to it with such disrespect, because he know it's designed. He knows it's organized. And I'm not being no cheerleader for Trump, because I don't like some of the things Trump is doing. You feel me? But we got to keep it real at the same time. And we didn't see none of this. Like, how strange was it, right? That we didn't see none of this during Biden's term. None of it. The minute Trump got reelected, it started back again. It started back again. Right back in Minnesota. Right back in Minnesota. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, like I ain't 100% with Trump, but I'm 100% against this motherfucking Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? Because I don't like how they did. I don't like how they tricked people into thinking that they was for black people and they was really pushing gay rights. I didn't like that. I didn't like that people was fooled by that for so long. And how ironic, like I said before, what's the odds of me saying this is Black Lives Matter and this is Antifa? And they're both the LGBTQ movement, like they all combined. And this woman is a lesbian woman. That's from Colorado Springs. That just recently moved to Minnesota. Who paid for the move? That's what they need to find out. Who paid for that move? It's cost a lot of money, to move from Colorado Springs to Minnesota, man. That's a 15-hour drive, man. That probably cost a few thousand. Probably close to 10. It looks like that's their hood. Nothing. Hayes. Yeah, George Searle, he's one of them. He's one of them that paid for it. Oh yeah? Don't let them do that. Ain't no motherfucking conspiracy theorists. What the fuck, yo? What's your why? Why you gotta be stupid? Yo, it's evident. It's not a conspiracy, man. This is what it is, yo. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, LGBTQ movement. They all the same. They all the same. If you think about it, I need you to think about this. Whatever your name is, whatever it say. Since Black Lives Matter came around in 2012, that's when they came around, 2012. Since 2000, they got billions of dollars in banking. Since 2012, all the way up to 2026, what movement has progressed the furthest? Out of any movement in the United States right now, what movement has progressed the furthest? They got billions of dollars, man. With any movement that you want to push forward, you got to put money behind it. Since they've been around, you done had trans athletes playing in women's sports. You done got gay marriage. You done got, man, we can just think of, I'm ready to Google it. Let me find out. Look, since 2012. Come on, y'all. I don't just be talking. Y'all, I've been on Black Lives Matter hills since shit, probably 2018, 2013. United States versus Windsor versus Hodge 2015. Respect for Marriage Act 2022. 2012 Washington State legislation legalized Washington State legalized same-sex marriage. 2013 Rhode Island, Delaware, Minnesota, Hawaii all legalized same-sex marriage. 2014. Come on, y'all. I don't just be on this bitch talking, man. All this since 2012, man. That's when Black Lives Matter came along. They the same people. They always been the same people. And the reason I've been on their heels this way is because why lie? Why lie, man? If just keep it real. See, but the problem is they couldn't keep it real because it wouldn't have gained. If they came out in the beginning and said, look, Black Lives Matter, Antifa is the LGBTQ movement, they wouldn't have garnered that much support. So what they did was they tricked people. they tricked people, man. They told y'all, look, we doing this for police brutality. Yo, not one black people hasn't got 3 laws changed since Black Lives Matter been around. And mind you, they got 80 billion? 80 million? Yo, they got millions of dollars. Hold on. How much money did Black Lives Matter get in donations?
The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation raised over $90 million in donations in 2020 following George Floyd's murder. Some sources say over $100 million in broader Black Lives Matter related funds were raised, with $42 million in assets remaining by mid-2022.
Yo, almost $100 million, man. To push any legislation, you're gonna need money. So my issue with them was they used police brutality and they used police brutality to gain support, meanwhile pushing gay rights. That's what they did, yo. That's what they did, and it's sad that people still don't see it. This was in 2020. It's 6 years later, people still don't see it. Like, god damn, like what the fuck you gotta write it on the wall? Oh, let me get you out of here. And they also, look, we just covered the it was just an arrest. Black Lives Matter founder arrested for fraud.
Well, Black Lives Matter in trouble again. The leader of the Oklahoma City chapter is accused of using millions of donations as her personal ATM, and now she faces 25 federal counts. That's very serious. David Spunt, live from Washington with more. Hi, David.
Hi, Dana. Her name is Tashella Sharia Moore Dickerson. According to federal prosecutors, she's 52 years old. She ran Black Lives Matter, the Oklahoma City branch, and is charged with wire fraud and money laundering. Authorities say she began her tenure leading the organization in OKC back in 2016, giving her access to PayPal, Cash App, bank accounts of the Black Lives Matter chapter. They say that she put at least $3.5 million, $3.15 million, I stand corrected, in return bail checks supposed to be used to post bail for people into her personal accounts.
Yo, you hear that? They getting money to post bail for people. Like if this girl would have got locked up, her right here, they'd have bailed out. They got money for that. They got money put up for when these people go to get arrested to bail them out. Just tell y'all, pay attention to what's going on, man. Stop letting the media fool y'all, man. Yeah, Black Lives Matter, one of the biggest. That's all it is, a gang construction. You ain't lying, JB. Well, that lady took that for 8 minutes, man. She could have been left. She wasn't trying to leave. She could have been left. Sat there for 8 minutes. Like I said, yo, if they was open and honest about their agenda from the beginning, y'all wouldn't have no problem. I don't have no problem with gay people. You know, if you want to push gay rights, push gay rights. But don't lie to the people. Don't do it under a disguise. You know what I mean? Don't do it under a disguise, man. Don't disguise it as ICE. You know, we fighting back against ICE. You know, we fighting police brutality. Don't do it under that. That's fucked up. Keep it real.
Rather into the chapter accounts. These are some of the allegations where authorities say she was involved traveling to Jamaica, tens of thousands retail shopping, 50,000 in food and deliveries, personal vehicle registered in her name, 6 properties in Oklahoma City in her name or a business that she controlled. Authorities say some of this all took place around the time of the death of George Floyd, which prompted, in some cases, violent protests across the country in 2020. Now, the BLM national office telling Fox News she is part of a separate local organization. Writing to us, the Black Lives Matter movement practices a model of decentralized leadership. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation operates independently from local chapters, and the local chapters operate independently of the foundation, end quote. Now, we reported, Dana, at the end of October that the Justice Department is probing Black Lives Matter overall, looking at whether senior leaders in the organization may have potentially defrauded donors during those 2020 protests. If convicted, Ms. Dickerson could face 20 years behind bars and a fine of up to $250,000
that shit crazy,
for
ain't it, bro?
each count of wire fraud. And there are 20 wire fraud counts out of those 25
Yo,
counts.
when all this was going on, I was questioning it anyway. Yo, it ain't never been a time in American history when an organic Black organization ever got that much support. Ever. So once I seen all these like Nike and all these Fortune 500 corporations get behind it, I'm like, hold the fuck up, man. I don't know about this. You know, because whenever they put corporate dollars behind anything, it's not right. That's what we gotta know. Whenever they put corporate dollars behind any organization, even if the organization started, look at Turning Point USA. You can take Turning Point USA as an example. When Charlie Kirk started Turning Point USA, I don't think this is the direction he wanted to go. But once them people start funding it and putting money behind it, and you know, now money brings influence. So if I'm giving you $50 million or $20 million, I gotta say on the direction of this corporation or this business or whatever you want to call it. And that's what happens. Now, I don't know if Black Lives Matter was ever organic. I'm just saying if it was at one point, once them corporate dollars got behind it, they turned it into the gay movement. Just like Antifa. Just like anything. That's why some people don't want corporate money. You know, some people rather just run their business on their own. Trump says Antifa is a terrorist organization.
Okay, lots of news to cover today. Some breaking news today coming out of the White House.
I know, y'all. And you know what, Demi?
On Wednesday,
that's the sad part,
he's
right?
designating the left.
Demi, the sad part, and this is the saddest part out of all of it, right? Is that some people, like there's organic people in there. You know, they are not domestic terrorists. They are not getting paid. But some people believes in these organizations, and they go out there faithfully to fight for these people, but they don't really know what they're fighting for. Like that's the most damaging part about this whole situation. You actually got people that cares about what ICE is doing. You know, they really care. They not on no antagonist shit. They just American citizens, and they don't like what's going on. But they don't realize that you're not fighting what you think you're fighting. You're really fighting for something different. You're being tricked. You're being fooled. You're being manipulated. And it's sad that people like that, who heart and soul is really, you know, attached to some of these situations, fall victim to that, man. They fall victim to being fooled and tricked. They out that bitch missing days at work while everybody else getting paid. You feel me? That ain't ready to get fired. That ain't ready to get fired. And these people have been probably getting $150,000 a year to be out that bitch.
Anti-fascist Antifa movement as a terrorist organization. The president taking to social media saying, "I am pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I am designating Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization. I will also be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Retired Marine Intelligence Officer and host of the Strap podcast, Hal Kempfer, is here. Hal, we don't have specifics at this hour. What questions do you have about the president's announcement?
Lawson, really, the question I have is, how are they going to designate Antifa as a terrorist organization? One of the things about Antifa is, it is, as you said, a movement. It is a bunch of disparate individuals, small groups, if you will, that do actions under the banner of Antifa, which is short for anti-fascist. And they've been around for well over a decade or more. They've been, very active. If you recall what was going on with the federal building up in Portland, Oregon, that was a lot of folks that were there protesting, doing damage to the building, all the stuff going on there, did so under the Antifa banner. So my first question is, how are you going to do that? The other question too is, we don't have we don't have clear federal law on domestic terrorism. That's also been a big area of how do you define domestic terrorism versus terrorism per se. So this is saying, well, I'm designating them as a terrorist group, but I don't have a body of federal law which defines what a domestic terrorist group is, as opposed to an international terrorist group. He's already kind of gone out there and designated the cartels, the drug cartels, as terrorist groups, so they're narco-terrorists. But this one, I have to tell you that it's making a statement for sure, and it probably will focus resources and investigative resources at looking at this stuff. And they do a lot of violence. They've done a lot of stuff over the many years, and they certainly rank as such as a violent extremist organization. But I'm sure the lawyers are going to look at this and say, okay, how do you implement something like this? Because there's a lot of questions on them as an organization per se, and also a lot of questions on.
I think he's staying away from Black Lives Matter just because of people don't understand what the fuck that shit is. You hear Black Lives Matter. If he was attacked Black Lives Matter, a lot of ignorant people wouldn't get it. They think he's being racist.
The Senator
Senator Square, I had the honor of asking you originally if you would designate Antifa a terror organization. And I stand here before you today, and I'm echoing what Andy said over here. Are you going to work with your administration as the Secretary of State said? Are you going to work with your administration to designate it a foreign terror organization?
You mean a terror?
Antifa?
Antifa?
A foreign terror organization.
Well, has that been done? Pretty close, right? Would you like to see it done?
Yes, Mr.
Do
President.
you think it would help?
They have foreign
I'd be
links
glad
all
to do
across
it. I
Western
think it's
Europe.
the kind of thing I'd like to do. If you'd like, does
Middle
everybody
East.
agree? If you agree, I agree. Let's get it done, okay? Let's get it done. Marco, we'll take care of it.
Mr. President.
That's international, you mean?
Yes.
International.
Mr. President.
Sounds good to me.
Foreign terror organization.
Steve, are you
See?
okay with it?
So they're not even just in the United States. These motherfuckers is everywhere. Causing terror. Pushing that bullshit on the people.
Yes, it's true. There are extensive foreign ties, and I think that would be a very valid step to
Good,
take.
I think so too.
Yes.
Good, I think it's a good point. Thank you.
President Trump.
Participating on the shutdown. We are now about 1 week away from military service members missing their people.
They're everywhere. And look, you find out, woman who was killed by ICE was a part of an ICE watch group.
I'm national correspondent Kayla Gaskins in Washington. The investigation into the ICE shooting in Minneapolis is taking a new turn as
Anti-fascist.
we learn more about the victim.
That's what I mean.
Federal sources say Renee Good, the woman shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis this week, was involved in a, quote, ICE watch group that trained members to interfere with ICE monitoring and sometimes attempting...
It trained members, yo. Like, yo, I'm trying to tell you. Yo, like, who is doing this, yo? Who has time to train? Like, these people are being trained, yo. They train antagonists with millions of dollars backing them.
to interfere with President Trump's nationwide illegal immigration crackdown.
You have a woman who is trying to obstruct a legitimate law enforcement operation.
How would you write gifted? But these are not. This is not the peak. These are organizations, yo. These are organizations designed to cause confusion. They're antagonists. It's not like me and you get together and say, you know what, man, I'm tired of the direction this country is going in. Let's go protest. No, this is not that. This is somebody outside of the United States, probably. Maybe people that's in the United States, putting millions and millions of dollars behind these people to go out there and cause confusion under false pretenses. They doing it out there. These people don't give a fuck about ICE. They are doing this shit because they don't like Donald Trump. That's it. That's all. They don't care. Whatever he does, they're gonna take an issue with it. They're gonna take an issue with it. They say Obama deported more illegals than any motherfucking body. Why they wasn't out there protesting when Obama was in office? Why they wasn't protesting then?
I can believe that her death is a tragedy while also recognizing that it's a tragedy of her own making and a tragedy of the far left who has marshaled an entire movement, a lunatic fringe against our law enforcement officers.
This picture of Good is in sharp contrast to those who knew her.
A neighbor who, is not a terrorist, not an extremist. That was just a mom who loved her kids, loved her spouse.
Look, she confused. She don't even know. She don't even know. Listen to this woman. And then I'm going to go back to the video. What she's saying and what we saying on video is not the same.
Is not a terrorist, not an extremist. That was just a
she probably part of the group too, because she looked like she part of the letter gang. She looked like she part of the letter gang.
Mom who loved her kids, loved her spouse.
Critics support.
So let me show y'all. She said it looked like a mom that loved her kids, loved her. If she was a mom that loved her kids and loved her spouse, she would not be doing this shit. She in the middle of the street honking the horn, y'all. I bet they was taken away. Look, she blocking the street. This car couldn't go down the street. This car had to back all the way up. This car had to back down the street and go the other way. Now, I don't give a fuck if she your neighbor or not. Maybe so. If she, how long has she been living there, Ashley? Because she's from Colorado Springs. She just moved to Minneapolis. How long has she been your neighbor? Has she been there? Has she been your neighbor for 5 years? Oh, I'm asking you a question. That's your neighbor, right? How long you been living there? How long? I guarantee she just moved there last year. How long has she been living there? If that's your neighbor. She probably just moved in. Yo, she is in the middle of the road honking her horn, yo. What is she doing? Like, how is people co-signing this behavior, yo? If this is anybody else, they'd say she was having a mental breakdown. If this was any other situation, they'd say, oh, this woman's having a mental crisis. So you can't answer my question, Ashley. You said this is your neighbor, right? How long has she been your neighbor? Can you keep it real or you gonna lie to me? Because I know she just moved to Minnesota. She just moved to Minnesota. How long has ICE agents been in Minnesota? When was ICE deployed to Minnesota?
ICE has been in Minnesota for a while, but a large deployment of federal agents to Minneapolis started around early January 2026. This followed an ICE shooting and a greater focus on immigration enforcement, especially within the Somali community.
Yo, look at what she's doing, yo. I'm not saying she deserved to die for this, but look at what she's sitting in the middle. Like, yo, come on, can people keep it real and get out? What is she doing? For the people that's co-signing this, is this not erratic behavior? Is this not erratic? This is normal. Right here. This is normal behavior to some of y'all. This is okay to just stop traffic in the middle of the road. What about people that got to go to work? What about that car that had to just... What if that car... What about that car that said the back... Oh, we go back down the street and go the other way because she's fucking blocking the road. Did she deserve to die? No. But she put herself in this situation. She put herself in this situation. Intentionally. Because she's paid to do it. Yeah, they didn't do a job, yo. Yeah, she was an activist, but they're antagonists, right? Look, she in the middle of the street honking the horn. At what point do you like, all right, man, you got to get the fuck, you got to move. You got cars going around her, cars backing up. Yo, this video is 8 minutes long. At what point, and this probably, ain't no telling how long she was there. Because the video starts, she already there. So at what point, who took her for George Floyd? Man, you tripping. You must be new here. What you talking about? Yeah. I'm probably was one of the first black people from the streets that say that George Floyd situation ain't right. I ain't never took up for George Floyd, ever. You can go back to when I first started YouTube, I was calling George Floyd out in that whole situation. And how ironic it's in this is in Minnesota as well. Take out for no motherfucking George Floyd. You crazy motherfucker. That George Floyd shit was a play. Yo, what you mean she not blocking no one? Yo, what are you talking about? How you gonna say she ain't blocking no one? The whole car just back down the street. How is she not blocking nobody? She's in the middle of the street, honking the horn. Man, y'all is tripping, man. Some of y'all. What about the neighbors? What about the people that live on this block? What time of day this was? Let's see what time this was. She might have woke them up out there asleep. What time did the ICE agent shoot the woman driving the car? What time was that? Do anybody ask you? That was your neighbor, right? What time that happened? It's early in the fucking morning. She ain't got none of her children. 2 of her children were living in Colorado and 1 was living in Missouri. Yo, what time of day did this happen, y'all? No, I think you're being the streets. I know what I'm talking about. $12:30. Well, one is what are you talking about? This ain't gonna do no black people. You just say you live around blacks and know how people think, so you know that you came here talking about I support George Floyd. So you was dead wrong with that because I ain't never supported George Floyd. So obviously you don't know how black people think, and I don't think all black people think alike anyway. Look at what she's doing. Like I can't believe it's people co-signing this, man. like yo, she's in the middle of the street at 12:30, honking a horn, stopping traffic. Like exactly, Hotball. Just be real. She broke many laws. It went out bad. It happens all the time. No, I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't scream murder if she was black. No, I wouldn't have, yo. You new here, man. Subscribe to the channel. Yo, my stance is consistent no matter who it is. Black, white, purple, blue, green. I just told you I ain't support George Floyd. The fuck is you talking about? Oh, come on off, man, that dumbass shit. I'm not talking to you. No, bro. See, disrepute, it doesn't mean you get murdered. I'm not saying she deserved to be murdered. What I'm saying is she put herself in that situation. And in that type of situation where you in a vehicle and you hit the gas on a vehicle, you subject yourself, something like that, because at that point it's up to the officer's discretion. That's law, yo. By law, it was justified. Now, should he have been murdered? Should she have been murdered? No. Because he could have easily moved out the way. But when you got a person that's sitting in traffic for 8 minutes or longer, honking a horn midday, people gotta go to work. You disrupting the flow of traffic. You disrupting an investigation. Like Hartmo said, she breaking hella laws. And she wasn't ready to pull. She wasn't pulling off when the officer told her to pull off. I think she was just positioning. She wasn't moving, y'all. Why move now? Long as she was sitting here, why move when the officer get out and grab the door? She wasn't ready to go no motherfucker. She's ready to go to jail. I can't believe y'all co-signing this, y'all. Yo, this is crazy. Alright. I'm gonna go to it when I'm gonna switch off of this. I can't believe y'all co-signing this. Look at her, y'all. The dog is pissed. Like, I can't believe y'all co-signing this, man. Look at traffic. Traffic backed up a mile. Fuck around with this girl, man. Yeah, her wife wasn't no better. Now she crying victim. I hate that shit. I don't like when people do that. Yeah, how is the police wrong? Look, she getting back in the middle of the street again. Getting back in the middle of the street again. I don't understand how was they wrong. Somebody got to. What made them wrong? So she wasn't wrong? What made them wrong, man? I bet she did. Because they paid.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning. Look, y'all hear this part? We don't change our plates every morning. So obviously that's something that's they're doing. That bitch changing their plates, man. This is a terrorist group. She's a part of it. Why would she mention changing her plates if that's not what's going on? Why are they changing their plates? That's something you do like when you ready to commit a crime. You in a stolen vehicle, or you ready to do a drive-by, or you ready to kill somebody. You want to change your plates to avoid detection. Why is she changing? Why are they changing their plates? These are not upstanding citizens, man. Just so you know, it'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking right. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
Look, that's her wife. Look what her wife doing. She all for it. Yo, you can't be all for it, and then when tragedy happens, now you a victim. You ain't no motherfucking victim.
Out the car.
She said what?
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come.
No, she did not say we don't change our plates like ICE does. She said we're not changing our plates every morning, just so you know. They're going to be the same plates when you come back. That's what she said.
Talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Drive, baby, drive. Drive, baby, drive. Come on, man. But we're not doing this, y'all. That shit was justified, y'all. She put herself in a fucked up situation. Did he have to kill her? No. But at that point, it's up to his discretion, yo. That's the law, yo. People can disagree with it. It don't always work the right way, but that's the law, yo. It's justified. She did that to herself. And these are not... she's not this lady. She's not her. Like, this is not who she is. They trying to paint her out like she's just this upstanding woman that just... no, hell no. She's a fucking antagonist. She's getting paid by one of them goddamn groups.
A neighbor who, you know, is not a terrorist, not an extremist. That was just a mom who loved her kids, loved her spouse.
Critics supportive of Good insist the ICE agent was not in any danger and wasn't justified in firing at her.
Give me a break. No, he was not ran over. He walked out of there.
He must be Antifa or Black Lives Matter too. That's probably why they use Minnesota. They use Minnesota because the politicians in Minnesota going back them. So they probably was put in position by the same people that's putting these people in position. That's why they was allowed to take over the police station. Like, they took over a police station during George Floyd, y'all. They took over fucking... There's not going to be another city in America where you can take over a fucking... in a hospital. A police station. Like, that's what they did. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember they took over the police station in Minnesota? In a hospital? Black Lives Matter take over police station in Minnesota. Y'all remember that? Where the fuck is that shit at? Here you go.
So here it is. There's the fire. It does appear that fire is the police station.
Oh, this is Minnesota.
You can see that's now that fire appears to be the liquor store across the road from the police station, but you now see smoke billowing out of the police station. Miguel, let's see if we can just get on that angle. It looks like the police station has caught fire. Ryan, it's a brick building. It's got two parts to it. The part we were standing in front of was the older part of the precinct. There's a modern sort of an addition to it over here, and there are flames.
These people aren't protesting ICE, man. They're just using that. They're not protesting ICE. They're just using that to further their cause. Just like they used George Floyd to further their cause. Just like they use police brutality to further their cause. It's the same situation. Same situation, y'all.
Coming out of it, the 3rd Precinct Minneapolis Police Station is now on fire, Brian.
Yeah, I see that. To our viewers, it is the building where you can see there it is window frames that have been knocked out in the past 24 hours. There's a stanchion that comes out at the entrance.
So you're not going to see this. For some reason, Minnesota is allowing it. They must be financed by the government in Minnesota. Must be financed by the same people that's financing these organizations. You won't. Yo, they fucking set a police station on fire, man. Nobody got killed or nothing.
And what appears to have been a fire set at the exterior, to Allie's reporting, may have spread to the interior now. And Allie, that's going to get dicey. And as you keep pointing out, symbolically, it's their stand. It's their neighborhood precinct.
Hey, masks on, guys. Masks on. We got gas. Ryan, hang on a second while I just stick the mask on.
Look at this,
It
y'all.
wasn't even in the center of things.
Now these aren't black people, y'all.
Without a very heavy, and we are hearing flashbangs.
These aren't black people.
They might have been the same ones on the roof. National Guard in the vicinity.
Trying to see if they can show a picture of these people.
With this picture will go around the world. This
be looking at for years to come. These are protesters with their hands up outside of a burning police station, which was home to 4 police officers who were involved in the death of George Floyd. This is the symbol.
Yeah, they set a police. I think they set a hospital on fire too. I think it was a hospital they took over too. Is it? Let me see. Black Lives Matter. Take over. There was a hospital too. Look, here go Black Lives Matter. Look, they speaking up. Let's check out Black Lives. I didn't even see this.
One of the founders of Black Lives Matter Minnesota. Let's welcome.
Look, why Black Lives Matter speaking up? Cause they're the same fucking group. They're the same group. Look, we done found a video. Black Lives Matter founder demand ICE out. Accountability. They the same group, y'all. They all the same, y'all. They all pushing gay rights together. Antifa, Black Lives Matter. Look, he about gay as a motherfucker back there. You can tell he gay. Look at his hair.
Love y'all. Thank you so much. So here we are again. Now this is the first time that we've had one of our family murdered by ICE. But we are no stranger to police and law enforcement homicides in the Twin Cities.
So here they go. Here they go. This the bullshit they doing. No, I'm not. Hell no. Fuck no. I'm not. I mean, I don't care if you gay or whatever you is. What I don't like is that they're using these situations to push gay rights as opposed to just being real. Be obvious. Be open about your stance. Why are you using ICE? Why are you using police brutality? You should not have to use none of those things to push gay rights. If you want to push gay rights, push gay rights. Cool. You know what I mean? But why are you lying to the people? Why are you having people thinking they're going out there and fighting ICE agents? Why are you lying to the people think they're going out there and fighting police brutality? And that's not your agenda. That's my issue. That's my issue. Because that's what it is. Maybe people don't know. I just showed y'all. And I just go back to the video. I showed y'all all the laws that has been changed since 2012. Since these organizations, Black Lives Matter came first, then the Antifa. Since they came around, I showed y'all the laws that has been changed for one particular group of people. With any laws, that if you want to change any laws, you're gonna need backing, financial backing. Black Lives Matter had $90 million behind them. Some people say it's 100. They probably got more than that. That money that was funneled to Black Lives Matter helped lobby. Are y'all follow me? This politics. It went into lobbying to get gay rights pushed further and further and further and further. Meanwhile, they're telling y'all and us that we fighting for police brutality. That we're fighting against ICE agents. Y'all cool with that? Man, y'all don't know politics.
And we do not need ICE here adding to the body count. So I say, get the ICE out. It is time. We have seen the terror that Donald Trump and his administration has unleashed across the country. We have seen how white supremacists have been emboldened. We have seen the attacks on all kinds of people, but right now, we are seeing the attacks on pretty much everyone in this country. And what it boils down to
I'm not no liberal
is that
either,
America has never addressed
crypto.
its love affair with white supremacy.
Come on.
That America has never rendered the call for the injustices against people of color in this country. They have never called for its end.
Look at what she's doing. She's lying, y'all. This is an issue. What is she talking about? This is my issue with these. Let me go back. She's making this a black issue, but Black Lives Matter hasn't done anything for black people. Nothing. Not one bill. Nothing.
Here adding to the body count. So I say, get the ICE out. It is time. We have seen the terror that Donald Trump and his administration has unleashed across the country. We have seen how white supremacists have been emboldened. We have seen the attacks on all kinds of people, but right now, we are seeing the attacks on pretty much everyone in this country. And what it boils down to is that America has never addressed its love affair with white supremacy.
Wow. This is not a relevant conversation. Because they got money, y'all. Money passes bills. Honest mechanic. They got $90 million, bro. You get $90 million, you can get some bill, you can get some shit passed. They got a whole bunch of things passed. Do I gotta go back? Go run a video. What is she talking about? Why is she talking about what is the relevance here? She's talking about white supremacy. What the fuck does that have to do with the price of fucking rice in China? Yeah, I'm taking my mother words. I mean,
that America has never rendered the call for the injustices against people of color in this country. They have never called for its ending, and they continue to uplift and support and elevate and make excuses for the tyranny that is caused by white nationalists and racists. That's how we came up with our president who is in office,
this is crazy,
and that's how we came up with ICE. No human is illegal. So let's be clear, who was on this planet first? The planet was black. Black people were here.
What is she doing, yo? Why? What is this? Yo, why is she trying to gather black people to support this? Like, yo, this is crazy, man. Yo, politics is wild. Yo, politics is wild. Yo, this is crazy what she's doing right now, y'all. But it just goes to show you, like I said, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ movement is all the same. So you got Antifa out there with the riots. I mean, antagonizing. You got a woman that got murdered who was part of the community. And now you got Black Lives Matter speaking out against ICE, against Trump. But they're doing it in a divisive way because this ain't got shit to do with black people. Like, absolutely, positively nothing. This might be one of the only times in America where this ain't got shit to do with black people. like, what is she talking about, man? But she's doing this to try to garner support. She race baiting. She's doing this to try to garner support to fight for a cause that's not going to benefit anybody. It ain't going to benefit the immigrants. It ain't going to benefit the blacks. It ain't even going to benefit all white people. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Listen, I ain't telling y'all nothing wrong, man.
Land before anyone. Brown people were here on this land before the white man showed up. But somehow, some people who got a free pass to come into this country when their ancestors entered through Ellis Island, who didn't have to turn through all the hurdles that we're asking people to go through at the southern border, all the hurdles that have been put up against people coming from African countries, other than
African countries. Get the fuck out of here, yo. This is crazy, yo. Yo, she is out of line. Somebody need to shit. Take her mic. Yo, she is out of line, yo. This whole conversation is out of line. Yo, this shit is crazy.
the Afrikaners, the white South Africans.
Hey, yo, you can't, we can't just have open borders, man. Nobody has open borders. There's not a country in America, in the world, that has open borders, yo. You can't just, yo, come on, yo, can people... I'm ready to stop. I can't keep going.
Country. But yet it's a whole lot of nerve.
No, he don't hate cops. He gay.
Somebody else should be.
No, he gay, yo. He probably loves police. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, she probably is too. Black Lives Matter is the gay movement, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. It's obvious.
Denied access and the freedoms that America is supposed to offer in the American dream that has been, for my people, an American nightmare. It has gone on far too long. Far too long.
That's what it is?
And now we have Renee Good, who was a victim. Someone who was standing up against ICE, who showed up, who took the time to care.
If they're not all connected, right? If they're not all connected, why is Black Lives Matter speaking up for this situation? Let's make it a race thing. You know, just for this portion. Black Lives Matter is supposed to be a black organization. Supposed to be. You know, this is what they said at first. Designed to further to put black issues at the forefront. You know, to give it attention. You know, to try to, you know, to move past racial discrimination. You got a white woman that was murdered by a white cop. Just follow me for a second. Why Black Lives Matter care? Because they all the same people, y'all. They all working hand in hand. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, LGBT, they all the same people. It's all really one organization. They've been funded. You know how you got Fruit Loops, then you got Fruitos, and you find out that Fruit Loops is ran by General Mills and Fruitos is ran by another company, but they're really ran by General Mills as well. It's like a subdivision or a subset, or you understand what I'm saying? That's what this is. You got all these different branches: LGBTQ movement, Black Lives Matter, Antifa. And it's probably a host of them, but they're the most notable ones. They're moving like they're separate entities, but they're being ran by the same people. So it's only right for her to come to their defense because they're being ran by the same people. But if they was separated, if Black Lives Matter was Black Lives Matter, Antifa was Antifa, these ICE groups was these. If they was all separated, yo, why you got this? Ain't even your fight. This not your fight. What are you doing? What are you talking about? But they all together.
She should not have lost her life. That shooting was completely unjustified.
That's right.
And I know what I'm talking about. I am the aunt of Marcus Golden, murdered by St. Paul police. In 2015, he was shot by Jeremy Dover, Spike, and Dan Peck from 180 feet away. So I have to say this. That case was officially sent by John Choi Ramsey County prosecutor to Keith Ellison. And Keith Ellison refused to act upon it and charge the officers. But yet I saw Keith Ellison on national news last night saying he will leave no stone unturned for Renee Good. So Keith Ellison performs for the cameras. Let's be clear. Keith Ellison is here for the show.
No, I'm not siding with the police, y'all. So see, y'all be trying to explain things like, very vividly, so people can understand it. Yo, this is not me siding with the police. This is me siding against. I don't like Antifa. I don't like Black Lives Matter. I don't like that they're lying to people. This is what this is about. And I'm going to call it how I see it. The shooting was justified, right? It was done by a fucking resource police, a school police, a security guard. No matter who it was done by, yo. My job is not to just go against the police all the time. I think I go against the police enough. You understand? My job is to keep it real. My job is to look at the video and apply law and logic to the situation. Yo, the lady sat in traffic for at least 10 minutes. She sat in traffic for at least 10 minutes, honking a horn, waking people up out there asleep, stopping the flow of traffic. Yeah, man. My job is to tow cars too. You funny as shit. my job is to tow cars as well. But my job on the internet is to keep it real, man, and look at the the situation and apply logic to it, and also to open people's eyes up to what's really going on. She's not just a regular citizen, she's a part of a group. She's a part of a group, man. And that group that she's a part of is designed to track ISIS and to, disturb them, impede the investigation. And she's part of that group too. She's part of two groups. She might be part of three. She might be getting checks from several different groups, but they all one check. It's all one group at the end of the day. But she was wrong, yo. And like I said, when it come out of them, when it come out of Antifa and Black Lives Matter, they not out here. I don't think they care anything about ICE. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think they care about what's going on with ICE. I think they're just being paid. Because if they care, they wouldn't need to be paid. If you care about something, like I got a homeboy that worked in the school system for 2-3 years, unpaid. Just because he cared about this, he getting paid now from the school system. But just because he cared about the kids, a lot of people that's doing activism work, they're not getting paid. Once you add payment to any situation, people go to work every day for jobs they don't necessarily care for because they pay them. Like, I don't think a lot of these people care about the immigrants. They just pay that. They paid. They probably getting moved free of charge. Shorty from Colorado, she came out in Minnesota. I wonder who paid for that. So how do we know she got paid? Because they all get paid, yo. How don't we know in 2026? Yo, think about this. Who has time to go to a city where they're not from and be there for months? Who has the money to do that? In 2026, who has the money to do that? How many of y'all can go on a trip unpaid for 3 months? I mean, how many of y'all can do that? I can't do it. Shit, I ain't got shit. I miss damn near 2 months of work, and that should damn near put me in a motherfucking put me in a shoebox. Like, yo, these people are going. They're not from Minnesota. This lady's not from Minnesota. She's from Colorado. She moved to Minnesota recently, and this was her job. This is her job, yo. Y'all just don't want to believe it. Continue believing the lie,
He is not here for justice. And let's remember, if this case ends
in the
hands of Keith Ellison, it was Keith Ellison who requested that the judge take a downward departure on the sentencing of Kim Potter, who killed Dante Wright.
Well, here they go. Why? This is bullshit, yo. This is, what is this? The whole situation right here is bogus. This is bogus. Why is she trying to rally black people up for this situation? It's bogus.
You can't have it both ways. Let's call a spade a spade. Yeah. So what we need,
I know who paying.
A clear and
I know who
swift
paying.
prosecution
I don't know why people don't want to believe it.
Officer, we need ICE out. We need the shooter to be made an example of across this country. Because we know when black and brown people get in trouble with the law, they are quick to be made an example of. So let's make an example of this man who so recklessly shot into that vehicle, who needlessly shot into that vehicle. We could have moved his dumbass out the way. It is completely unacceptable. And when I see the messaging that is coming out by the federal government in support of this shooter, calling on us to believe that our lies are lying, that we are not seeing what we are seeing, of course, as they constantly do, denying what the laws are. It is absolutely unacceptable, completely unacceptable. Not only do we need ICE out, but we need accountability from the top.
Come on.
So Kristi Noem needs to be terminated as well. She is reckless, and her actions in defense of ICE, that she has been promoting this propaganda, that it is reckless, it is unprofessional, and she is incompetent to serve in that position.
That's right, that's right.
And her role in that position, understand, is to uplift white supremacy.
Yo, she shouldn't. This whole, I don't even understand why she's doing this. I mean, I do understand it, but this is crazy to me. Everything she's doing, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit for the situation. It's just her, coming for the defense of her counterparts. This shit ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking white supremacy at all. I don't fucking know.
It is a role of hatred. We can't change her heart, and I don't care about her heart, but we should change her employment. We should change her references and her recommendations. There needs to be accountability, not from this officer, but Kristi Noem as well.
Yeah.
And it needs to start immediately.
Immediately.
This family should not wait for justice. And remember, we fought for Jamar Clark. We occupied a precinct for Jamar Clark. We did not get justice for Jamar Clark.
Yo, Jamar Clark got shit to do with this.
After George Floyd, all of a sudden there were some charges. So for those who are the media talking about,
she recommended that the city burn. Look at those. These are antagonists, y'all. Listen to what she just said. She's recommending that the city burn. But which people got to know, this is not the residents of the city that's burning it. These aren't residents of Minnesota, y'all. Or if they is, they new residents. They're not lifelong residents of Minnesota. Just like they wasn't lifelong residents of Minnesota during George Floyd.
But when the city burned, after George Floyd, all of a sudden there were some charges. So for those who are on the media talking about, don't burn it down, don't set it on fire, let me tell you this, we need justice and we need it now.
Damn.
Because what happens after that is on your hands.
Yo, this is crazy, yo. Yo, I can't believe I just fucking heard that. Yo, Yeah, that just pissed me off, man. Yeah, that just pissed me off, yo. Because it's gonna be some black people, like I was talking about earlier, that think they're going out there fighting for a righteous cause that's not getting paid like the rest of the people that's going to be getting paid. And they're going to go out that bitch and put themselves in a fucked up situation. Fighting a fight that they don't even know what they're fighting for. And it's crazy to me how I couldn't do that to people, man. Like how you just do that? Like how you just get up on here and try to rally the troops up with misleading evidence or just misleading facts. Like what the fuck? Like I'm stunned for real, yo. Like I'm stunned. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. She really just did that. Got these, go ahead, these people out this bitch, risking their life, risking their freedom, fighting the cause that they don't even truly understand what's the motive, like what's the real agenda, you know, what's the solution. Dang. And she supposed to be Black Lives Matter. Yo, that's crazy. That was wild. Who is she? What is her name? Does anybody know her? Y'all need to say her name. Black Lives Matter founder. What the fuck? They sworn in secrecy? What the fuck is this woman's name?
One of the founders of Black Lives Matter Minnesota. Let's welcome her.
I want to find out who the fuck she is. Who are the founders of Black Lives Matter Minnesota? Elise Garza. All these are women. Alicia Garza. Alicia Garza. That ain't her. Patricia. I don't know how you fucking spell that. I mean, pronounce that. Patrisse. Matter of fact, I'm pulling up on here. I don't know who the fuck these people is. I guarantee she gay. What's her name? Is that a real name, y'all? Or you being smart? That ain't her. That ain't her, man. Hold on, I'm trying to find out who she is. She got a net worth? That ain't her either. 2 million hours. Black Lives Matter founder. Got a net worth around $2 million. Wonder what she do to accumulate that wealth. So what's this other lady? All of them was women. That shit crazy. Okay, what the fuck is she? Between 300. Is that her? No, that ain't her either. Thought she was a founder, man. No goddamn founder. What lying ass. That ain't lying. Yo, so look, y'all, I found an article, right? On on this strike that America had on Venezuela. Yo, they say this was nothing like they ever seen before. Like we got, you know, remember yesterday we heard them talking, right?
If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. If you have not watched the Victory Day parade in Beijing on September the 3rd, one of the weapons China demonstrated is a missile with all the warheads. We call it 61 because it can contain 60.
Yeah, we ready to take China down, y'all.
Nuclear warheads plus one hydrogen bomb. Now, in the world of today, let me tell you, which country has hydrogen bomb? China is the only country with hydrogen
China down, y'all.
And that ICBM can cover every corner of the world in less than 20 minutes and destroy any target in any corner of the world without any possibility of being intercepted. I hope Washington has learned the lesson. If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot.
That's the goal, though.
But China will not allow you to fire the second shot. If you have not watched
what we're doing right now is gaining position, just like everybody else is doing. If you notice, this been going on for a couple years. You got Russia invading Ukraine. You got America and Iran and Israel. Yeah, we playing chess right now. We try to position ourselves. So I think what's going on with America right now, when it comes out to the Latin countries, we think a lot of them is weak links. You know, they're part of NATO. But in order to secure America, we got to strengthen them. And if we can't strengthen, if they're not going to strengthen themselves, we're going to go there and take it over. Because we can't allow a strike to come from that way to hit us. It's ready to be a war, y'all. I think most people see that. We're inching closer and closer to World War III. And I told y'all, my people told me, ask anybody in the army. Anybody in the army will let you know that, in 2027, we're supposed to go to war with China. What's going to jumpstart the war is what I said earlier. China is supposed to invade Taiwan next year. We can't allow that. Taiwan produces 90% of the chips that go in all our phones. We can't allow China to have that. So that's going to jumpstart the war. But I want y'all to hear what America got. So one of them soldiers from Venezuela, I guess he did an interview. And listen to this shit, man. Listen to how we came at the motherfuckers. Oh shit, I'm going right here. Listen to how we came at them. Hold on. Look at this. It might be a part of the genocide because probably a lot of people is going to die. U.S. used powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees. Like, yo, we got some shit, man. I don't see China like to put all their stuff on the forefront. We don't do that. We going to keep our shit hidden until it's time to be used. Y'all see that? The U.S. used a powerful missile weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees, bleeding through their nose and vomiting blood during the daring raid to capture dictator Nicolas Maduro, according to a witness account posted Saturday on X by the White House press secretary. And the fuck? In a jaw-dropping interview, the guard described how American forces wiped out hundreds of fighters without losing a single soldier, using technology unlike anything he has ever seen or heard. We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without explanation. The guard said, the next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Moments later, a handful of helicopters appeared, barely 8 by his count, deploying what he estimated was about 20 U.S. troops into the area. Yo, 20 troops did this, y'all. 20 fucking troops, man. But those few men, he said, came armed with something far more powerful than guns. There were technology very advanced, the guard recalled. They didn't look like anything we fought against before. What ensued, he said, was not a battle, but a slaughter. We were hundreds, but we had no chance, he said. They were shooting with such precision and speed. It felt like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. Then came the weapon that still haunts them. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it, he said. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, my head, look at it, listen to this shit, man. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. Yo, they don't want to fuck with us, man. The events were immediate and horrific. We all started bleeding from our nose, he said. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. We couldn't even stand up after the sonic weapon, or whatever it was. Yo, come on, man. An estimated 100 Venezuelan security forces were killed, according to the country's interior ministry. It is unclear if any of those were caused by the mysterious weapon. The outmatched defenders were helpless as the U.S. small unit wiped them out. Yo, we sent 20 people there to do that. Those 20 men without a single casualty killed hundreds of us, he claimed. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear, I've never seen anything like it. The military has had directed energy weapons, which neutralize targets using focused energy such as microwaves or laser beams for years, but this could be the first time it's been used in combat by the U.S. And an ex-U.S. intelligence agent source told the Post China reportedly used a microwave weapon in 2020 against Indian soldiers during I remember they did that. The source noted that these weapons have capabilities to produce at least some of the symptoms, including bleeding, inability to move or function, pain, and burning. Yo, we probably didn't even deploy our greatest shit. Tell you, man, we ready. I know China like to show off, but I think the United States is ready, man. I'm sending a warning to anyone who think they can fight the United States, he said. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with. The guard said the raid has already sent shockwaves across Latin America, especially after President Donald Trump recently war in Mexico. Everyone is talking about this, he said. No one wants to go through what we went through. What happened here is going to change a lot of things, not just in Venezuela, but throughout the region. Hey, yo, I don't think they want to fuck around. Yo, I don't think they want to fuck around, man. He said it's not about fighting with China. Is that what they're... No, we got to fight with China. That's the problem. The problem is China wants the world to believe that they're ahead of us, yo, and can't nobody be ahead of us. Yo, you got to realize it's America, yo. We take over shit. Like, whether it's right or wrong, that's what we do. Yo, we cannot allow China to be ahead of us in anything. You feel? We can't allow that, yo. Like, only way to stop them, because, typically we'll take them over. We'll take them over, or we'll, pay them. We'll do something. But we can't do that with China. They self-sufficient. They self-sustainable. The only way to take them down is to go to war with them. That's the only way to take them down. And that's what we're headed at. That's what we're headed at, yo. Now, I don't know, how that's going to look. It might be mass casualties. I don't know. But I know that's where we're headed at. That's what it looks like. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to share that information with y'all for real. I seen that earlier. I said, God damn. They say, man, they started bleeding from the nose, fell to their knees, couldn't even stand up. 20 people. They sent a team of 20 people on there and they killed hundreds in a matter of minutes. God damn. That's crazy. And they kidnapped that man and his wife. And the agent said that we had these weapons for years, so we probably didn't even deploy our latest weapons. So we don't do what China does. We don't do what North Korea does. North Korea and China have parades where they showing off their stuff. We don't do that. I mean, we keep our shit hidden, so they don't know what we. I mean, they probably got intel. They got agents over here, but I don't think they really understand what we got. Like we understand what they got. You feel right now, a single stretch, nobody died, no casualties. Yeah, man. That was impressive, y'all. But I appreciate all y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share the live. It's another day of Keep It G News. And I'm out.